Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play 4-color Zur. So today's been a pretty long day. I've been trying a lot of different new combos I try to brew up, and every time I queue up a new deck, mono red, rat deck, blow me out of the water every time. So I thought, you know what, let's just go with the World Champion decks. And a lot of people are playing these World Champion decks, Championship decks. I don't know if these are World Championships, but a lot of people are playing them. And one of the decks that I haven't really tried out enough times yet is the Zur Overlord deck. So I'm going to try it out. And the idea of the Zur Overlord is that we're going to Beanstalk, Green Overlord, get a little bit of ramp, and then we're going to Zur and attack for the win. That's kind of the idea. Not that it's gonna hit off every time, but it is sufficient, I think, as a deck to survive in the red meta. So that's what we're gonna try to do. So the idea of this deck obviously works with Zur, since it gives our enchantments, or turns our enchantments into a creature, first of all, and it gives them Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. Well, one of the most important things is Lifelink, because when we attack with an Overlord, any of the Overlords, we're going to gain a lot of life. We can even attack with the Leyline Binding and gain 6 life that way. So that's sort of the idea where this deck is headed, but we have to talk about how the entire deck lists work. Because if you look at the deck list, it looks very top-ended, right? It looks a lot of high CMC cards, but it's not really that. So if we look at it, in the early game, we're going to have 2 Elspeth Smite and 2 Analyze the Pollen. Of course, you don't really want Analyze the Pollen opening, but it's not too bad. You can just use it to fetch for a land of the current color you need for any card in your hand. So, you know, these are good cards to have in an opener regardless. And we're going to be able to either stop an attacker or be able to not ramp ourselves but fix our mana. Turn 2, one of the most important turns of this deck is to be able to play Up the Beanstalk. That way, everything that we play draws us cards, and then we will always have fuel. That is kind of the hard part about this deck, is getting enough fuel to do what we need to do. So Up the Beanstalk will help us do that. Along with 3 Get Lost, if our opponent has... one of the things that a lot of decks could hold over our deck's head is Planeswalkers. Because we don't have a lot of damage-based removal, it's very difficult to kill Planeswalkers. Get Lost can help us do that. We can also use Get Lost to kill an enchantment if we need to do that. So that's our turn 2 play. Turn 3 play, this is where a lot of the plays will differ. Because you definitely don't want to play a Zur on turn 3. This is like a turn 7, turn 8 play when you want to use Zur to actually enchant your enchantments. We can split up. There's a 3-mana board wipe to destroy all tap or all untapped creatures. And, you know, depending on the board state, that might matter. Another thing we can do, usually on turn 3, we should have enough mana for Leyline Binding. So if we have 2 lands, right? If we have if we have 3 basic land types and 3 untapped lands, that's, you know, exactly how to cast Leyline Binding. So it's kind of like an O-Ring and instant speed at the worst case scenario. So I'm going to put that in a 3-drop category. You can consider that a little bit. Actually, no, I'm going to put that in a 1-drop category, because ultimately we want to cast Leyline Binding as a 1-drop later on in the game. And of course, turn 3, we have other plays. That is 4 Overlord of the Hauntwoods. This is what we want. The dream is to turn 3 or turn 2 of the Beanstalk, turn 3 Overlord, turn 4 play Zur to animate our Overlord. That would ramp us like crazy. So that's kind of the best case scenario. That's our turn 3 play, to impend the Overlord. We can also impend the blue Overlord to help us draw 2 cards and discard a card. This is not as good, but sometimes all you have is blue mana, and this is all you can do. Normally, we don't want to do this, but the blue Overlord is there for that exact reason. Alright, then we go to turn 4. What do we have turn 4? We got Jeff Bezos, the Bounding Spring. 4 mana, 4/5, gain life against aggro. This would be pretty useful. 1 Day of Judgment, so that we also have a different board wipe, right? Split up Day of Judgment, and then we have 3 Overlord of the Mistmoors, so we can kind of put up a wide board. Should we need to fight Planeswalkers, this will be useful. Should we need to block damage against the mirror decks, this will also be very useful. Turn 5, we got Sunfall, and then we ramp into 7 mana. We can either Her Migration or play the Atraxa to get all the cards we need. And then let's talk about lands. We're gonna have 26 lands in this deck. 3 planks, 1 island, 1 forest, 1 swamp, 2 forests. We need a lot more forests and plains in the deck, as you can see. Most are green and white. Then we have 2 Fluff Farm Verge, 2 Meticulous Archive for the white-blue, 1 Shadowy Backstreet for the white-black, and then the rest we need to have a lot of green and white mana. So we have 4 Hushwood Verge and 4 Lush Portico, and then we have 2 Hedge Maze to round that off of the dual color lands. They're either the Verges or the surveil lands that have basic land types. Anyway, I have 4 caverns. This way, we don't have to really worry too much about what to name on cavern. Name avatars, none of our overlord can be countered. Name wizard, the Zerg cannot be countered. And you can even name angels to cast an uncounterable Atraxa, should that actually be necessary. That's the whole idea of the deck. Pretty simple if you really know the current standard. This deck is pretty simple, not too difficult to play, I should hope. Let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Deviate. The fuck is a Deviate? First, go first with Up the Beanstalk. You know, we'll find a way to fuck this up somehow. I've done that every game so far. Okay, Binding. Red. Can I get an Overlord? Nope. Cavern of Souls. That is an Overlord. We're just gonna cast Leyline Binding. I mean, against a red deck that hasn't played anything in 3 turns, I'm liking our odds. It's really weird though, right? Not playing anything this many turns? Something's up. This costs 2. I don't want to just take out my shield here, so I'm gonna end the turn. Solemn Simulacrum. So he ramps. I don't think I'm gonna bind a Simulacrum. Is it big red? Alright, our opponent is big red. That is very unexpected. I'm gonna name Wizard. Not gonna use this. So Island. Blue. Colorless. Let's impend this. Draw 2, discard a card. What do we discard here? DOJ? DOJ is a real good card though. I guess we're not really DOJing anytime soon. Still 2 mana Leyline Binding. We'll take the 2. Overlord, huh? Okay, so that's what's up. Yep. Arcast and Overlord. Get rid of them Boiler Briggles. So we tap an Avatar. White, white, black, colors. Still off by 1 mana, honestly. Split up. Another very useless card, but you know, we're gonna have to make do. There, we gotta sit through 4 Overlords. I do want to smite the golem. Okay, so it's just gonna attack. It's got 7 mana. Could be anything. No blocks. Somehow you ninjutsu me or something? I'm at 15. Brotherhood's End. Koth.
If you're not with me, you're with Phyrexia.
I mean, this is kind of removal either way, and I draw a card. That card is a land, but I draw a card.
Will reap more losses.
Yeah, get your mountain. I don't know what our MMR are. It's just I'm facing these kind of decks now. So first, what's my top deck? I'll take a land, whatever. Let's play the Overlord. I don't even need to impend here. We're gonna have to fight this first. Cityscape Leveler.
There can be no victory. Then I will fight forever. Mirrodin, lend me your flame!
Man. What is going on in this deck with the Cityscape Leveler and the... Alright, what am I doing here? If I play Atraxa, I actually can take out the Leveler and the Koth, right? What does Koth do? Search for a mountain? Whenever this attacks. I can destroy it, but he can just replay it from his graveyard. That's always fun. Now, I could Leyline Bind the Cityscape Leveler. And we play the Atraxa. There's a Zur, there's Leyline Binding, Analyze the Pollen will be pretty useful. I do want a Sunfall, but I don't think I have the time for it. And then let's get a... whatever land. How many cards did I discard? 4 cards? Smite. Beanstalk.
We have the high ground.
He's got a mountain. That's the high ground. Solemn. We can kill him if he can't hit our Zur, right? That's the idea. Sure. Kill the Overlord. Second Koth. Interesting.
Mercy is earned.
Deal damage to our creature.
Phyrexia deserves none.
Kills my Atraxa. I think I Leyline here anyways.
Can't give catch this.
He's at 20. Is this enough mana? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I can attack for 7 plus 6 plus 6. What's 7 plus 6 plus 6? I'm gonna say it's 1 off from lethal. That's what happens. Wizards on white. This is black. This is blue. You can have this. You can have this too. Not there. Right? Not there. But close. Because I want to got a bunch of flyers. Torch. Maze. Maze. I mean, yeah. Nice Maze Mind Tome hand, I guess. GG. I don't know what that deck was, but, you know, I'll take a win. After the day I had, I'll take a win. Alright, our opponent is Reno. I don't know what's going on here anymore. Oh, we go second. No Beanstalk or Overlord. We got a Zur with a bunch of removal. This is just a horrendous hand that I hope that can be salvaged with our draws. I don't know. I don't know about this. Sort of, maybe. The Overlord can salvage it. I'm not putting my hopes on it. Farm Birch. They got a 2-mana play. I wonder what that is. Paw Patch? I mean, this is the only thing I can play next turn, so I don't think I want to get rid of that. Dude. What is this? How is every one of my games just our opponents playing this deck? I don't understand it. I've just been playing cornucopia decks back to back to back. Alright, well, I'm gonna say I don't need a Sunfall, because I think I have the bigger board. I will need to play a land next turn, right? There's no guarantee that I'll draw a land. Beanstalks are very useful. Not sure if I even get to play next turn though. What is he gonna play? 6 mana? Ashiok? Ashiok is scary.
Dreamer and sculptor, partners with the autumn. Go and drink deep of sorrow.
Go up the Beanstalk. Then we get rid of your Ashiok.
I have grown tired of this place.
At least I can Zur still. It's just 7 mana. 7 mana stuff's incoming. Ren, alright. Ren's not very good.
I fight for every plane. Break free and fight.
Is he gonna tap out just to attack me? No, he's not gonna tap out. He's gonna keep 2 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want to kill the Ren, right? Oh no, he's got 3 mana. What can I do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 mana. I can do 2 Overlord of the Hauntwood. That would rent me like crazy. I already played a land this turn. Yeah. Actually, I can't even do 2 Overlord of the Hauntwood because I don't have the greens. So I can Zur to Floodpit to attack Ren. He doesn't have Flyer. So yeah. We're gonna have to waste our Zur doing this. 3 Overlords. Another deck with nowhere to run. I want the Overlord though, but yeah, right? Don't have the time for that, but I will get all the Overlords back. I no longer have the Hexproof because of the nowhere to run, but I still have these cards. Next turn I can Beanstalk into an Overlord. It's marginally useful. It's a lot of mana. Perfect deadly cover up to kill my Zers. It's the second time I got Zers deadly cover up. He's down to 1 card and he has no Beanstalk. That's important. Because I'm the one with the Beanstalk. Even without the Zer. I have to try to get there with just the Beanstalks. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I need this Beanstalk? I need to pressure. Alright, what do I have in the graveyard still? You can get the green Overlord. I already put one on board. Oh, he couldn't get any. Okay. So he top decked into the card he needs. Can I top deck into the card I need? I think Angels. There's 2 more mana for something. I can do this again. Just casually at 33 because of the Cornucopias. Gonna sack that. Map the 12 card. Pillage the block. He's gonna core wipe Galoras. I mean, how many deadly cover up do you think he has? Liliana?
The undead may... My army will... I do quite enjoy necromancy.
You can create a black zombie, or make each player sacrifice 2. Get lost, we'll definitely get to Lily. House Best Smite, I don't want that at all. Yeah, right? I don't need a Smite, it doesn't do anything. I'm out of cards, no deck. All the threats are on board already. So, how much do I care about Liliana? I think I care enough to kill her.
I am exhausted.
He's got 1 draw a turn, and yet he's combating everything I play. That is the ludicrous state of this current game. Does he have a kill spell even for my Atraxa? Go for the throw. Alright, he still draws a card from the Fountain Port. So... guess we put him a Basil. We gotta get there, right? We gotta get there. Still hold up a mana. Does he draw exactly Deadly Cover-Up in the next 2 cards? Come on. Don't do it. Or just do it. I don't know. Just get it over with. Three cards. 3 cards deep. Does he draw exactly the card he needs? Ashy Larry. Alright. I guess we GG. I don't know what that was. He could have stayed. How do I keep facing these kind of decks? Alright, our opponent is Tony the Farmer Boy. Dude, Tony, nobody likes you. We go first. We go first with the most ludicrous hand possible, the double Get Lost, into a Leyline Binding that we know we are able to cast. Cavern of Souls with an Analyze the Pollen. Yeah, I got him again. That. This, maybe. Keep 6, we put back the Shadowy Backstreet, believe it or not. Right? Do we believe it? Am I going to analyze the pollen into a green land that I need? No. The deck is full of green lands. We'll get there. Oh my god. Alright. Immediately punished. That's fine. That's fun. You know, it's all in good fun. That's magic. Swiss Sphere. It's going to attack me for good old damage. I can't even smite a Swiss Sphere. Cannot smite that Swiss Sphere. Okay. That's fun for me. I mean... you want to make bad plays? I'd be happy to help you with that. Let's go up a Beanstalk. Now I am out of place. Nemesis. Oh yeah. Well, I was out of place. Now my plays are back. I'm gonna get lost this Nemesis before he pumps. Well, before he burns the Nemesis, and then I lose my way of, you know, gaining life. He probably has more. Not gonna be surprised he has more. Manifold Mouse. Yeah, it's, you know, it'd be nice if I can hit one of my board wipes. It would be nice. Nope. Not hitting a board wipe here. I need to draw 2 cards, right? Even if I might die from this. And I probably will die from this. Remember when we put board wipes in the deck thinking that it's gonna affect the game? Here we are. We got 1 Split Up, 1 Day of Judgment, 2 Sunfalls. We got this kind of matchup. this saves 1 damage if I block, right? Wow, okay. Really? Oh, there's gonna be 2 damage. What can we draw here? What can we draw here that matter? I have not enough white mana if I do this. So, Avatar it is. Maybe I hardcast it. Try to block the Heartfire hero by hardcasting this. This is going to be a double striker. 3-5, 3-4. What is it? No, 3-4-5, 4-3 double striker against Overlord. Yeah, that's not happening. So, green. Why like that? Draw 2 cards. Ooh, a smite. A smite is very useful. Right, do we smite the Heartfire hero? Another Heartfire hero. Kill this. Gotta take that 1 damage. Does he use the Rockface Village on Heartfire hero at the end? Double strikes anyways. So you have a pump for toughness. No pump for toughness. We're gonna take 1, we go down to 5. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe he's got a pump spell that he's not using for some reason. Lightning Strike. Alright, we go down to 2. Alright, I did a lot of emotes for fun. Now let's play the actual game. Do I have 2 white mana? I think I do. Alright, now get the F out of here. You stupid mono white deck. Give me that life gain. Thanks. Thanks for all that life gain. Oh look! A 3-3 that makes me stop gaining life. I was gonna GG him. Alright. Alright, our opponent is Lazur. Cool. He's Lazur. We are go first. I like it. Okay, that can go, right? I'm pretty sure that can go. Mother effort. Okay. Not what I expected. I thought I was going to lose my Beanstalk here. It's probably not a reanimated deck. Do we analyze the pollen here for a blue? The answer is yes. Slasher. I think we're gonna bind. We're gonna bind the Slasher. If he plays the Blood Letter. Or we're gonna lose half our life. I don't really want to lose half our life, but you know what? I'll fight through it. Half our life is not all of our life. Yep. Put a stop right here. Take out the Annex. No card draw for them, that's important. Pass to the end. Now we have Beza. Or do we have the Overlord? We play the Overlord here. It gets killed. He attacks us with the Unstoppable Slasher again. Put a Beza here. Next turn we can double Impend. I don't think double Impend is going to do much. So what we want to do is play the Overlord, right? Does draw me a card. Zer's a pretty good card to draw. Yep, that was what I expected. It's pretty painful. We're pretty low on life here. We have a second Annex. That seems fair. Okay, so this will gain us the life. We actually have to do this. Right, this gain us the life. And then we have 3 mana. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Discard the Lush Portico. I think the Overlord and Mistmoors can buy us a few turns if we need it. Field's Edict. We're just dead now. Okay, not entirely dead, but almost dead. If he plays a demon anyway, we die. Bat? What would he bat? He's got a bat from Day of Judgment, right? That does mean our Zerg gets there. Duress? You can't duress the Zerg, genius. Why would you give up all of your place for that? So I need to gain a life. So 5/5. Draw 2 cards, I'll discard a card. Discard a Hedge Mace? Discard a Verge. Cut down my Zur. I'm going to turn the Beanstalk into a creature. What is this last card here? Regular attack. Alright, pops the chamber. We go to 4. It's not looking very nice. Do we double impend here? This gives me a 6/6 and 2/2/1s. We double it. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Then double it. Of course, if he has Bloodletter, I just die anyways. Huh. Triple. I'm gonna quadruple block. And this Overlord will block the Slasher. I'm okay with losing this whole board. I don't like it, obviously, but I'm okay with it. Does he have nothing? Okay. If he has nothing, that changes the play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is not a good spread of the mana. Huh. I her migration for a board of 3 3s. Nowhere to run on one of my 3 3s. Nowhere to run on another one of my 3 3s. I mean, I still have 3 more. I go down to 3. He goes to 13. Now I gotta be careful with what he has. I'll get lost. This is kind of late. And if I use a get lost, I might just die to the bat. Oh, he's at 2. He dies to the Annex. Unless he plays a demon. Then get lost that demon. Okay, we might be able to get him. Oh, it's been a long day. Actually, no. So we can kill the bat, he plays a demon. Or we can kill the bat, he plays a demon. If he plays a demon, we go to 1. We kill the bat. Right? Then he plays a demon, we go to 1, and this board will overwhelm him. Yeah. I think we can do that. So we might still get there. GG laser. Go back, go be lasering somewhere else. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen those games, do you like this deck? I don't. Honestly, I believe that in the World Championships, or whatever the championships that I got these decks from, it's not a bad deck. I might have spoken too quickly when I say I don't like this deck. I don't like the iteration of this deck because this is a best of 3 deck. I don't have any of the sideboard cards. I didn't want to show the sideboard cards because it doesn't matter in best of 1, which is the only thing we're showing here. The problem with this deck is that it only does whatever it wants to do without successfully interacting with your opponent enough. Now, the games that I showed, I did show the interactions enough times where we get the life gain that we need or the get lost that we need, and a lot of those are, I think it's fine. I think it's okay. It's not beautiful, but it's something that this deck can pull up the numbers with. But what I do want to edit, what I do want to alter in this deck, I think will make this deck so much more powerful. And one of the biggest things that I want to cut is Overlord of the Floodpit, the card draw Overlord. It's good, but so far I feel like a lot of times I've just been stuck with, I have a lot of card draws, but I can't answer a board. And that's kind of the problem with the deck that has Up the Beanstalk. I have so much draw, but I don't really get to capitalize on those draw. So I think I'm going to cut the blue Overlord, and then what I'm going to stick in are the red Overlord. Believe it or not, the red Overlord does damage, and that is what's most missing in this deck. And you might think, you don't have mountains, how are you going to play red Overlord? Well, we got Overlord. That could help us play the red Overlord. And we also have Cavern of Souls. We can name Avatar, we'll play the red Overlord. So maybe it's a 1-1, 1 blue, 1 red. Maybe it's just 2 red. I think that would do better. I honestly think that would do better. And one other thing. Beza, good card. I don't know how relevant it is in a lot of the matchups. Of course, I face a lot of black decks, so that might be my sort of skewed perception. Against red, it's probably beautiful and needed a lot of times. But I do think that Beza, overall, right, if having just one off makes it so that against red, we're not going to draw enough times. Against any other color, this is just a dead card. So I do think Beza can go, and what in turn we need to have is some sort of haste synergy. So I want to think about what could be haste in this deck. Or actually, I want something that says game haste, and it's actually probably just going to be red. So I think what we need to have is Imoding Recruiter instead of Beza. I think that will go over quite well against a lot of decks. Because if we can haste them, we will just win that way. We have a lot of mana to do that. We can also have Enduring Courage, which is a haste giver that almost doesn't die and synergizes quite well with Zur the Enchanter. When Enduring Courage dies, if it was a creature, Zur can turn it into a creature, so even if it dies once, we can bring it back and have it die again if we need to. So that's, you know, that's always something to consider. And then there's another haste giver that sometimes you see run, and let me see if I can find it here. A Bitter Reunion. This is usually for a reanimating card, so it's not that useful in this deck. But I do like this card in this deck in that it throws your opponent off. So sometimes you play a Bitter Reunion, your opponent starts thinking you're a reanimator deck, and they try to play around reanimating spells, and then boom, we just kind of land a bunch of Overlords and just slam them with a Bitter Reunion anyways. So that's another play that could be viable with this deck. And that, again, that's what I think about best of one should have, or what I think this deck should have in a best of one. I think that is gonna go over the top compared to this current version, which I think it does a lot of things well, but not a lot of things not any of those over the top, and so it does not win on a significant average in any of those matchups. So it can win against any matchup, but it doesn't win a significant amount against any real matchup. So it's going to give you a 50-50, and I don't really like that, so I want to tune it for a little bit better. And that's really all I have to say about this deck. Again, it's not my deck. It's a tournament deck, so I kind of just copy the entire deck list for the purpose of trying it out, and here's my opinion about it. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.